Students, as we have told you that in your syllabus, GCB State Board, there are 5 topics based on transformation of sentences. So, here is the third topic, assertive sentence to exclamatory sentence. At first, we have to understand what are exclamatory sentences. You know that exclamatory sentences are those who show the sudden feeling of hearts and reaction. So let us see what are exclamatory sentences. How plus the adjective plus subject plus linking verb plus exclamation mark. And this is the structure of exclamatory sentences. So dear students, let us see some changes and we will understand the structure of change from assertive sentence to interrogative sentence. The first assertive sentence is the weather is romantic. It is this sentence based on adverb of manner. So at first you have to look that assertive sentence. What kind of idea and what kind of thought has been expressed in that particular assertive sentence. According to that sense, idea and reaction, you have to choose that particular word. As you know that in the transformation, you just change the structure of a sentence without changing the real meaning of the sentence. So, the weather is romantic. How romantic the weather is. At the end, you have to use exclamatory mark. The next one is assertive. The place was expensive. How expensive the place was. And at the last, you have to use exclamation mark. The next one is they are excited to come to my place. They are excited to come to my place. The exclamatory sentence would be there. How excited they are to come to my place. And at the end, you have to use exclamation mark. So students, you have to understand what are the basic fundamentals to at the time of changing assertive sentence into exclamatory. Assertive sentence structure की अगर हम बात करें, the subject plus a verb, that word does the action, plus adverb of manner plus modifier optional, and it became exclamatory sentence structure की हम बात करें, how plus adverb of manner plus subject plus verb plus exclamation mark. So let us see some example. She sings beautifully. How beautifully she sings. At first how, then adverb of manner plus subject plus verb exclamation mark. Next one is the boy are working on the task honestly. How honestly the boy are working on the task. You have to understand the structure of exclamatory mark. then you don't have any problem at the time of changing assertive sentence to exclamatory. Next is he kissed her passionately. How passionately he kissed her. Manner, then adverb, then subject, then verb, exclamatory mark. The birds were chirping at the edge of woods. How the birds were chirping at the edge of woods. Same structure follow over here. I got mixed up on the first words. How I got mixed up on the first word. He would have a hard time believing it. It showed the grief and sorrow. This assertive sentence show the grief and sorrow. That is why you have to use alas. Alas, he would have a hard. How would have a hard time believing it. After reading this sentence, we can understand that there is a grief has been shown in this sentence. That is why at the time of changing sentence from assertive to exclamatory, we have to use alas, then subject, then particular helping verb, then the rest of the sentence, and at the end exclamatory mark. Next one is garbage to them is gold. Garbage to them is gold. Garbage to them is gold. This is the grief has been shown here. That is why once again we use alas, garbage to them is gold. Next one is Mukesh eyes pain as he volunteers to take me home. Once again, manner has been shown in the assertive sentence. That is why we have to use how. How Mukesh eyes beam as he volunteers to take me home. Exclamatory mark. Next one is I was frightened. How frightened I was. Adverb of manner, then verb, then subject, then helping verb, exclamatory mark. This is the structure we have to follow at the time of changing assertive sentence into exclamatory sentence. The next one is it seemed a long way down. It seemed long way down. What a long way down it seemed. The next one is I grew panically. Here once again manner. So how panically I grew. Exclamatory mark. I was suffocating. Once again grief has been shown here. Alas, I was suffocating. The 10th sentence is I had lost all my breath. Once again grief has been shown over here. Alas, I had lost all my breath. When in such a sentence any particular kind of sense has been shown here, for example, sorrow, grief, excitement, then you have the particular word which show that kind of feeling. My lungs ached. My lungs ached. Exclamatory. How my lungs ached. Exclamation mark. I was getting dizzy. How dizzy I was getting. I was shrieking underwater. How I was shrieking underwater. The screams in my throat were frozen. Alas, once again grief. The screams in my throat were frozen. There was no more panic. Alas, there was no more panic. Actually, you will get that particular sense after carefully reading the assertive sentence. For days, a haunting fear was in my heart. Once again, grief. Alas, for days, a haunting fear was in my heart! Exclamation mark. They gradually relaxed. How they gradually relaxed. How they relaxed gradually. Assertive. I had conquered my fear of water. Hurrah! Here is the joy. You can understand the sentence. I had conquered my fear of water. Here is a joy has been shown in this sentence, excitement. That is why you have to use hurrah. I had conquered my fear of water. This exclamatory mark. At the end of every exclamatory sentence, you have to put exclamation mark. In death there is peace. Exclamatory mark. There is a grief, sorrow. Alas, in death there is a peace. Assertive sentence. The next one is there is terror only in the fear of death. This particular sentence show the grief. That is why, alas, there is a terror only in the fear of death. The next one is the stranger must have seemed incredulous. Exclamatory. How incredulous the stranger must have seemed. The next one is he only stared at the young girl in the boundless amazement. How in boundless amazement he only stared at the young girl. The next one is she gave a little cry of joy. What a cry of joy she gave. He felt quite pleased with his smartness. Once again, manner. How pleased he felt with his smartness. He was illiterate but resolute. Exclamatory. How illiterate but resolute he was. Dear students, hope you will understand this transformation topic from assertive to exclamatory.